Welcome back to another episode of Careful Boys. We're here with Shapel Lacey.
Hey.
Shapel.
AKA Bouncer. No, I don't know. That's gonna stick, but I like it.
It's right.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you guys is, was there ever something that you hardcore believed in that you no longer do? Either because someone told you it wasn't true and you were...
I was Christian.
That's a big thing, yeah.
And you really believed it back then?
You were strong with it.
Well, because I was born into it.
Yeah.
So I had no other choice. That was my world.
You didn't know anything else, yeah.
I was like, everyone that doesn't go to church on Saturday is going to hell, dog.
That was your heart.
Yeah, because because we were part of this
I had the same thing in my
offshoot Christianity group called the Seventh-day Adventists.
Offshoot.
And then, it's not...
Shout out to the offshoots.
Yeah, but usually the offshoot ones are more hardcore.
Dude,
You know
this
what
is true. Have you guys seen that doc, Keep Sweet?
No.
About the offshoot LDS?
No.
No, it's
No?
What is it on? What is it on? Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Environments?
Yeah, it's about this dude. I forget the guy's name. Gosh, he was...
Just say Nick for now.
Use my name.
We use that as a placeholder for
Well,
names.
basically, he was...
Fill in the blanks.
They all had like multiple wives, but they were
Oh, that's not me then. That's
pretty much breeding them like at a young age.
Oh,
Like they were like there was
shit.
32-year-olds like marrying like 14-year-olds.
So they were in their own
and they were in this
compound?
like their own compound.
What state though?
This was in Utah.
Yeah.
And then
That's okay.
Then he tried to move his shit to like Texas. Warren Buffs. Warren Buffs is the guy's name.
Whoa.
Not Buffett. Warren Buffett's.
Wait, is it Warren Buffs?
It's Warren Buffett.
No, let's say his name's Warren Buffs. I like that.
Something.
Is his
Something
name
like
Warren?
that.
Is his name Warren Buffet?
It's Warren Buffett. My bad. That's the right one.
But they were like hardcore about the religion, but they basically used it as like manipulation.
Right.
And it was just like more of like a sexual shit. But there's still people that still strongly believe.
Oh, they're still in it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Even though they caught the dude, they caught all these tapes of him. They're like voice recordings of him hooking up with
Wow.
girls. And,
Voice recordings.
I did see this one. Yeah, it's like from way back, right?
yeah.
Wow. No, we were more like what's the opposite of a sex cult? A celibate cult?
Yeah.
Like nobody was fucking.
It's a virgin cult.
Nobody was fucking.
Yeah, we were opposite of that.
But sometimes that means that there's hella fucking going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, right.
There's more fucking than ever. Actually.
Unfortunately, nah, it was pretty fucking
they were
stale.
pretty- they were
It was
like-
dry.
You guys know about the Waco, Texas stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That religion
I know
is
a little bit about
that
it.
religion is an offshoot from ours.
Yeah.
Really?
Really? I didn't know that. It's an offshoot.
Isn't that something Davidian or something?
Yeah, the Davidians. That guy was Seventh-day Adventist.
And then he made his own shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they do. Yes,
Yeah.
that's how the offshoots start.
They keep fucking splitting and splitting.
Yeah, and they take people with them, and then they have this thing.
Nah, we're just more like a vegetarian cult. You know what I mean? Like it's just let's just eat some fucking vegetables, and then just go fucking praise and stuff.
What was the turning point for you to stop believing in that
Yeah.
stuff?
I think I was always a very curious kid that kept asking so many questions that I got my ass beat because I just wouldn't shut the fuck up and ask. And then like I kept asking questions and I would obsess over the answers that I didn't feel satisfied with. So then I'm like, why? I'm like, I don't understand. Like I would ask questions like, why do we have to work? Like in elementary school, right? And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
well, because they'll say, I don't want to go to school. I mean, I want to go there to see my friends. I don't want to fucking go do homework. But then I'll tell my parents, I'll be like, why do I got to go to school? Because you need to work. And I'm like, why do I got to work? Why do you have to work? Why can't...
Those are hard questions.
Because there's people in the jungle, or like we learned about like Indians and cowboys, and then did they work? Like I don't think so, right? Pirates didn't work; they just fucking stole.
They didn't.
No, like, and then you watch Disney movies and shit. The fucking princess all day's just chilling, getting swept off her feet and shit.
Yeah,
You never see her going into the diner and shit.
yeah.
Joe's like, I'm trying to be a princess.
Right? Working that overnight.
Even the prince doesn't work that much either.
A
bunch of deadbeats. They don't do anything.
At me, dude. So then I would go to church and I would ask people at church, like, why do I have to work? What do I gotta go to do? Why do we have to go to church, right? Because you have to believe in God. Why? So you could go to heaven. Why? Like, why do I want to go to heaven? And then you learn things about how your friends who are not Seventh-day Adventists, your friends who go to church on Sundays, everybody else is going to hell. And I didn't like people at church. So I'm like, all the people that I fucking actually love are going to hell.
That's true.
And I'm like, well, I want to go to hell too.
Bruh, that's so crazy. I have a similar fucking situation with it. It wasn't, I mean, it was kind of regular Christianity or whatever. But I just for
Regular
some reason,
Christians.
No options.
Not the cracked out
that
one,
regular
like ours.
shit. But I went to church camp. You know, my adopted folks, you know, because they're strong in the Christian faith, and they wanted to send me to church camp, and I was like, okay, I'll go to that shit. What's up with it?
And prior to that, you weren't going to church or anything?
Hell no. I mean, heaven no. I'm just kidding. No, I go to this church camp, and it was just fucking weird right off the gate. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, and I was watching these people like sit there and like, you know, praise Jesus in a way and cry, but meanwhile, all these motherfuckers was on drugs. Like not all of them, but like some of them.
The hypocrisy.
The hypocrisy is what caught me off guard. And then they had the nerves to be like, they're like, do you believe Jesus Christ died on the cross? You know, whatever.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah,
right.
that say.
Maybe if I took the same shit you did, if I was on Molly, I'd
And then they were like, because they're like, before you answer, you know, if you don't believe this, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you just a dude in fucking khaki shorts. Who are you?
Yeah.
I was like,
You're in khaki shorts.
yeah, right? How you gonna tell me? You wearing sandals, homie.
Wearing a button up.
Yeah, it was fucking, yeah.
And he's like, Jesus wore sandals?
The certainty always freaked me the fuck out
Yeah,
about that. Like,
yeah.
that I know for sure you are going to fucking hell, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, who are you to tell
Chill
me
the
that?
fuck out a little bit.
And it's so tyrannical because they somehow want to be like the gatekeeper. Like, I talk to God, you don't.
Yeah.
And then so it's like, I know fucking more than you, and therefore you have
You're
to believe
accessing
me.
it through
and I'm
me.
like, that's not my connection with God. Like, that's just you trying to be an authoritative figure, trying to tell me. So then in junior high, I was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna smoke weed. And like, also, when I was,
fuck you guys.
when I got,
He's all little.
when I got kicked out of Christian school, for the second time, the school that we went to, right? I was like, I thought Christians were supposed to like counsel and help those that are like in need, but then everywhere I went, I just felt like ostracized and blamed and then possessed by the devil. So I'm like, well, fuck it then. If I'm a part of the hell group, then I guess I'm with the devil. You know?
Dude, and that was my thing. I was like, I don't feel like I'm being a bad person. Like, I don't feel like I didn't do anything crazy. Like, I wasn't malicious to people. Like, I wasn't trying to.
They probably just didn't like the way you dressed, or like they didn't like the way you thought. And it's like you didn't really sin, but they treated you like one.
Yeah, I remember one time, you know, I went to church with my homie and his family, and I rolled up to his crib to meet up with him to drive to church, and I wore a Misfits shirt, and it's like the Fiend skull.
Yeah.
And his mom sat me down and talked to me and basically was like, do you know why this is wrong? And made me change.
She's like,
My
corn
shirt.
is way better. Try this on.
Yes!
Bro, yeah.
Corn.
Legendary.
Legendary. Shouts out to Corn though.
But then meanwhile, like her husband has like a t-shirt on with the Punisher skull with an American flag going through the eyes.
Yeah, it's like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, okay. Like,
Which is super cool, Steve.
the inconsistency. And I'm not against religion or anything like that. Like, I mean, if that's what you find to deliver your best self, then fucking do that. But also, don't fucking sit here and tell people they're going to hell because they don't believe what you believe. You know, that's pretty much how I feel.
Did you take the shirt off and everything? Or what,
Yeah,
what was
dude,
your
I
reaction?
was
Out
sad.
of respect, huh?
Out of respect, yeah.
Yeah, right.
And see, and I was being a nice guy.
Yeah.
Was there anything?
When I do it now, fuck no, I'd be like, suck it. I'm kidding. Fuck you, mom.
Was there anything? Is there anything non-religious that you guys might have believed in hardcore and then?
Yeah, I have one. So when I was a kid, anytime I ever heard of any dude hitting a chick, I ruled it as dishonorable, and I would never talk to that person on my dad's
Oh,
side,
wow.
right?
But now,
I was like, this is the one you wanted to go with? This is the one you wanted to go with?
He sets it up like, but you know what? I think it's a great idea.
Notice all of us started backing up.
Now it's honorable.
It's the most honorable thing you could do. To put it out there, since I've switched my belief, I have never hit any chicks ever. Okay. Pussy.
You won't do it. You won't do it.
But that was I realized that was like a very idealistic young thought, because as I got older, I've seen chicks push dudes like a motherfucker.
AKA Geo.
Like like hit me, and they're like hitting them, right?
Yeah.
Hit me, motherfucker! You fucking pussy ass bitch! You ain't gonna do shit, whatever. And me seeing that, and I'm like, and then having seen like the dude actually lay one hand down and then drop the chick, and I'm like, dude, that's exactly what you're asking for. And then also. And also, going into a time.
No, we'll continue. This is going really well.
No, we're gonna hear you out. We're gonna hear you out.
Going into a time where dudes
There we go. Yeah.
are supposed to be equal, right? I'm like, if we're trying to be equal, then we can't have this double standard.
That means everyone can catch these hands.
So,
Is that what you? Just say that. Like, girl, you can run it. We can run this fade right now.
10-second bodies. It's all good.
now, like, I don't have that same judgment. Whereas before, like, let's say if I found out Anthony hit his chicks,
Hey, just say Nick. Just say Nick.
but now if I found out Anthony like whooped on a chick before, I'm like, we can still be.
It doesn't change your view.
You're
of
like,
him as a
whoop
person.
that trick. Go, whoop that trick.
Support you fully.
You hit it with the right or the left.
Which is something I never thought in like my life I would ever see it that way.
Hey man, I used to think that shit was whack, but now I get it. It's kind of tight.
I like how he's just fucking digging himself.
So it's good that Bart went
does.
because now we can say anything we want.
Yeah, no, right, yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
He took
Yeah.
Anybody else's.
I never saw no chicks.
Boy.
No, of course.
But he endorses the beating of women.
But you're like, the homies could do it. I ain't gonna do it, but the homies could do it.
No, you know what? It was actually at I think it was a video at a Steelers game where this dude he was trying not like this woman was getting bucked with a big black dude too, and she was like getting bucked with him and in his face, and she fucking hits him and he just slapped her, and it fucking
Like Sean Connery?
and I was like.
you kind of hit him first.
Yeah, because she was like all up in his face. She wouldn't stop and then he was just like, yeah, when someone pushes you to a point to where, and then they start hitting you, it's like, yo, you fucking put your hands on me.
I mean, you should never really. I mean,
But he
real
wasn't
talk,
trying to
though,
go any further after that first hit.
Yeah.
Like that was more like, yo, hey, back the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah.
You know,
like for comedy purposes, Bart can always endorse guys to hit women, but in reality, I think
endorse
like I think in reality,
I
like,
don't want to be the Jared of this.
funding it.
You don't want to be the Jared?
Yeah, I don't want to fucking be selling sandwiches.
he's the poster child.
I don't want to be woman beater sandwiches.
Making commercials and shit.
I get scared sitting in between these two. There's a lot of energy.
Fix it, Anthony, fix it.
But in reality though, like I think like okay, there are cases where there's a domestic abuse situation where guys are being treated like violently by their spouses, right?
Yeah.
And they never report it, and then they'll.
Never heard Johnny Depp.
There you go.
But let's say they retaliate because they're sick and tired of getting hit all the time, but then it leaves a bruise. She calls the cop. Of course, he should never hit her, but then he did finally hit her, and then now he's the one going to jail. There's so many cases like that.
Yeah.
But then before, it's like you wouldn't ever think that would happen because it's always guys wrong, girls are bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever see that one with the bus driver? He uppercut that girl that spit
yeah.
on him?
Yes.
He said, "You're going to jail now." And fucking,
He did like a dragon
dude,
punch.
he did fucking.
She was asking for that one.
Oh, that one. That was. She
That was
spit on
fucking
him.
Street Fighter.
That's Bartholomew.
That's Bart's
We're in the same group
That's
chat.
what made you believe it. He was like, you know what?
Yeah, he's part of the defeat all women side.
Defeat all women.
That's this side right
That's
here.
that whole side.
Hey. My name's
What are you inside? You just told your favorite uppercut fucking chick story. Talking about.
All right, I'll go
we like
sit over
sports
there.
highlights.
Yeah, sports
Is that a
highlights.
crime?
Like, what is this prompt? It's like, okay, now you share your favorite violence against women story.
Let's go around the room.
I will say, Chris Brown taught me that you could get away with it.
Boy, this
Always great.
Damn, dude.
You have to do a lot.
Hey, he said that one.
You said that.
It's because I'm on this side.
How did he get?
Double jeopardy. I was already getting framed for it.
Thank you for subscribing to the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Oh my god.
We're fucking Andrew Tate over here, man. We're a bunch of top G's over
Do
here.
you have anything?
Like hitting women?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any criminal records? No, there's nothing you like hardcore believed in when you were in college. You thought Viets were superior, anything like that?
Still does. I agree.
Definitely not.
when were you ever a bigot?
Most of your life, probably.
That's a good question. I'm trying to think.
That's a good question. We should reframe this.
To like actually really think about like what you for real hardcore believed in and then changed.
Yeah,
your
because like in
values
Bart's
on.
case, it's the reverse. Like he became like a woman beater, right? So like for in your case, like when did you?
Yeah, what was your
You
180?
used to be like, you know what? Like I'm open, but now I'm closed
Bart, do you realize the door you opened?
or closed.
It's just fucking.
But he opened a door for other beaters to like feel safe.
Now you guys are good.
He opened the door, goddammit.
He was looking for something a little more easy. What happened to religion? You know?
I was like,
We have religion, and then he just.
You could have done politics. You could have done. I used to be a fucking, I only believed that the Democrats were the best.
I got one.
Bart's challenging though.
I used to think some chicks weren't asking for it.
You just copied Bart.
Yeah, I used to think that big time, but then one day I realized
Yeah,
that
I started talking to Bart.
some of them definitely are asking for it. Actually.
that's a gift, man. He just passed you now. You're safe.
He just alley-ooped you.
I used to think no meant no, but it actually meant do me harder.
Jesus Christ.
Makes sense.
How did we get here?
I don't know, man.
I'm still lost.
We were talking about Christian school.
So now you gotta top what he just said.
Holy shit.
Whatever Joe just said, you gotta top it. Cause
I don't.
Because it's funny as you go through life, you forget that you believed in certain shit.
Yeah.
Because there's
Oh,
no
yeah.
way that your beliefs stay the fucking same.
No,
Like it changes a shitload, but you just don't remember. Like what did I used to think? Because you just get moded so hard, you like forget about it, right?
Dude, I feel like I've been moded my whole fucking life, dog.
Especially when you're born into something. Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with as the youngest in my group, in my family, and my sisters were probably 6-7 years older than me, and they'd constantly be dunking on me, anything I said. So I just grew up with this uncertainty about everything.
Yeah.
Like going back to the whole, when you guys were talking about Christianity, I went to a Christian school when I was in 6th grade. I didn't know anything about the fucking religion. I've never seen a Bible before. I didn't know, like, I kind of heard the phrase Jesus Christ, but I was like, oh yeah, he's like, he's
But then it always followed with has dreads, so shake 'em.
Yeah, and I'd be super into Bay Area rap and shit. Nah, but I went to this school, and all these kids would be talking to me about like, oh yeah, you should accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, and the whole time I was like, oh, all right, cool. I don't know what to say. I was like, okay.
Just going along with
Yeah, and they're like, dude, it's sick, like heaven's dope. Yeah, like, that's how the kids
Isn't that crazy?
I know,
that shit to me. And I was in 6th grade, and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, I'll do that. And then as I was going through like the Bible study, like I took all the stories as like literal, and I would just be like, like the Jonah and the whale thing. I remember like vividly. I had a really hard time like understanding what the whole fucking story was.
Yeah.
And the whole time,
a whale ate him.
yeah, I was like, what is this, dude? Like I had no concept of these stories.
You should have watched Pinocchio. That helped me understand it.
I never even fucking watched Pinocchio.
Geppetto and Monstro, yeah, it's the best version of Jonah and
Is that the motherfucker's name?
Yeah.
Geppetto and shit?
Monstro is the whale and Geppetto is
Oh, I have one.
Yeah.
It's an odd one though.
Oh, that's perfect.
Should I do it?
Yeah, I
It's not
mean-
as well, listen. Oh yeah, you're right.
I mean, you have
He's like, it's all one, it's not that. I beat children.
Well, okay, so when I was younger, I dealt with like identity issues on a racial level because I was like the only black kid
Yeah.
that was like listening to punk and all that shit.
Right.
And so all these people like every day were telling me I wasn't black.
Wait, you were?
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, you didn't grow up here?
No.
Because there's hella black kids that were into punk and
Here,
Where was this?
Arizona.
Arizona, right?
Yeah. So like for the longest time, yeah, I believed that.
That you weren't black.
like you weren't black enough.
Yeah, but I didn't think I was white. I was like, there ain't no way I'm black.
But you felt like you lost your black card. You felt like you lost your black card?
I guess like that, or I don't know. I just didn't, and I had an insecurity being around black people. Because of that. You know what I mean?
Did you start playing? Did you listen to hip
It wasn't
hop?
like it wasn't just specific. Like it wasn't just like black kids saying it. It was everybody. Like everybody was saying.
So it gave you like imposter syndrome or something?
What's that mean?
It's like you think that you don't belong somewhere because everyone sees that you're a fake.
Like you think you're gonna be exposed any minute.
Yeah, but also I didn't feel like I was being fake. I feel like I was just.
I just like it.
and then but
Yeah, I feel like I just liked shit that I liked.
Yeah.
But I didn't think like
But other people are labeling those things as like white
Yeah.
things to like and black things to like.
exactly. Like I was just like, oh no, the skateboarding's cool. Like
No, that's
cool,
white
like,
people shit, dude. You
Yeah.
can't be doing that. That's how they looked at it, though. You know.
Yeah, that's how they looked at me.
If it ever gets hard for you, you could always come to the Asians. We're cool, man.
I know, right?
Asians had the same thing. When I grew up, though, if you're not listening to R&B, trance, and Tupac, and if you listen to anything else, you're just white.
Joe, I said we're cool, Joe. The Asians are cool, Joe.
It depends if you have gangster.
He's trying
Take it back to the 19th
century.
century.
Me in, and you're just like,
Yeah, it's like no.
now you could come in. But I was like, in 2003, I don't know, bro.
But I'm telling you, it was a crazy moment in time. But yeah, for the longest time, I just didn't think like there was anything about me that was black.
Were you able to find another like black friend that also liked these things in Arizona?
I mean, they would, but no one liked it to the extent that I liked it. Like I was really into the shit. Like I was going to all the shows, like anything and everything I could. I was
On a
just
Warped
like,
Tour?
yeah, all that stuff. And
Did
I
you
was-
try to connect to your black side somehow and be like, man, I gotta go like do something black, like listen to Tupac or something?
No, you know what? No, because but I already
Some black activity.
But I already listened to rap.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like that was
Just,
the weird
in
part.
addition to
But
it.
punk was like the thing that was like
Your favorite.
That was the.
That was number one.
But when
that
you
was the
go to
number
punk
one.
shows, you don't meet any other like black people at the punk.
You know what's weird? It's when a black person seeing another black person at a punk show. They're like,
Oh shit! I'm the only one that can
"Hey, how
do
the
it.
fuck you get here?" But that's not their fault.
Not even I'm the only black one. In their head, they're white. You know?
But you got to realize it's not their fault. Cause I really don't give a fuck. I'm like, hey man, we're both here.
You undercover too?
Yeah, right. You
Talking to earpiece.
But no, the thing is like what make it's not their fault because whatever group or whoever they're around makes them feel like token. You know
They
what I
feel
mean?
special in a way.
So yeah, then they get territorial. Like I'm supposed to be the only black guy.
So that's a real thing. That
Yeah,
because like
dude.
movies always make fun of that. Like the
it's
token black
a
dude.
real fucking thing.
I heard that from Asians that grew up in white neighborhoods. When they see another Asian, they go like, wait, like you're the only Asian guy in that crew, I'm the only Asian guy in this crew, like, and then they have this like, but wait, that was my role.
That's so
Yeah.
weird, man.
You guys got a beef.
Yeah, how many rock bands you listen to? Like it's like
then it gets competitive?
it gets competitive. It's a
like
weird,
who's the more legit person?
Yeah, I don't think it's as much now because I feel
Right.
like things have opened up a lot more.
Yeah.
But there was a period of time where like I strongly believed that, and it was just like I was like, I guess this is just my life.
You know Lagwagon?
Yeah.
I just saw them live in fucking Orange County.
Really?
Yeah, like
At
a couple months ago.
That outdoor spot.
Yeah. The night that Will Smith
now.
slapped Chris Rock.
Damn.
It was sick though.
Historical
It was-
night.
I know you like Lagwagon.
Well, Nikki's into it, and I went with her brother, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's the
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing, dude.
Bart. Thank you for. Bart. I mean,
Now
that was.
suck the shit out of this
yeah,
camera.
that-
Can you guys edit?